Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. I am here, day 3, for stepping out of unfit relationships. So, let me explain a little bit more what I understand under unfit relationships. When, let's just say, and I may be repeating myself, but why not? Maybe if this creates a bigger understanding. If you feel overwhelmed in your relationships, if you feel disappointed a lot, if you're just so drained and you know that it's got to be better, there's something that's better. So we're changing the dynamics of that. You're stepping out of the unfit patterns that the relationship has. And you can only work on yourself. So when you work on yourself, then those patterns change. And they will change how they will change, but they will change for what is in harmony for the relationship. This is why we want to harmonize ourselves. This is why we want to attune to that highest point and space of truth, space of alignment, where you are your most honest, truthful self to yourself. The space where you can fully rest in and know that that is where you belong, that is your birthright, that is easy to be there. A space, a location within you where you go to strengthen up, to get to know yourself more, to deepen that relationship, to bring forth your creativity, to bring forth that version of you that is the truest expression of itself in this present space and moment, that which feels effortless, that which feels like, yes, I can always be here. I can always be this, Melinda. So, as yesterday I was demonstrating it, if you haven't seen it, look back day 1 and day 2. And I believe day 1 and day 2 are on my personal profile. That's right. So, where I said that that space, that location is within you. And that space is where we have God, the Almighty, the only God, eternal source of existence, non-religious teachings. With God, there is Christ, non-religious teachings. So in here, I want to bring in a little bit of my own story as to how I came to this point. You know, how does Christ come into stepping out of unfit relationships? And it has everything got to do with that. So, what is it when I say non-religious? So I was not born and raised religious. I have not been baptized until 2 weeks ago. I was not growing up reading the Bible. In daily conversations, we didn't have anything about, I didn't really know much about Christ. I heard the name somewhere along the way, Jesus Christ, but didn't know much. And nobody I knew went to church. Then I came to this country, and people immediately started asking me what religion I was. And people seemed to be disappointed when I said nothing that I know of. So then started to come that, well, then you should be this, you should be that, because that's the right one. So it further pushed me away, because what I heard about religion a few times when I was growing up is that it just makes people crazy. Makes people crazy as in they are fed a story and they believe that story and that they're hypocrites. So when I was pushed towards one, I didn't see a point. The people who were telling me I should go, their lives seemed far more disorganized and at disheveled for more than just a period. It was continuous, where I didn't want to go to church or speak of God, or what would I say about Jesus Christ. And through my self-discovery, through the frequency awareness and going deeper and deeper within my body, I ended up in the kingdom. And while in the past I have attempted to read the Bible, and after 2 pages I put it down and I couldn't comprehend what people saw in it, I understand the messages now, the multi-dimensional messages in the Bible. So, I have not called to you yet. Those of you who also feel like, what is this thing happening upon me, where perhaps you feel like you go to a place where there's more light. You feel like even more than angels come into your sphere. Or if you've had an encounter with Christ, Jesus, out of nowhere, out of not knowing why it happened to you. But where you're getting deeper and deeper messages, where it's just, there's something different, something from deep within, something that you just know it's your truth, but you're not religious. In my experience, all roads lead to here. And when you create your own revelation of this space, your own relationship, you are lifted to such remembrance of yourself where you do not go back to any kind of activities and situations that aren't for your highest benefit. It becomes easeful. There's no effort in it anymore. It's not like you're trying to say certain things to have a certain outcome. You remain in your truth, in ease. And people know that space. They sense that space when you speak from the truth of life. It's naturally higher resonance. It has authority. So it reshapes the field around you. It reshapes your relationships. And it can happen very fast. You can shift your whole relationship in one conversation. The parts where you feel overwhelmed or stressed, or in case you choose that this, you have to make a physical relocation, whether together or separate, however it is. And if you're wondering, the kids or finances or whatnot, when you speak from this space, when you are from this space of the one truth that comes through you, and you know it's truth because it's the truth for everybody, is that common truth that holds us together as human beings. When after we have disrobed any concepts, any descriptions, any ideas, this truth remains. And we all see it in ourselves. And yes, some of us cannot allow themselves to get to that space. It requires courage. It requires vulnerability. It requires strength. It requires you leading yourself through the difficulty of walking through that space. And that is where I help you, my friends. That is where I hold your hand. That is where I walk through with you. Because I have done this many times. I have helped others walk through this space. And then when you live your life from your truth, then that's where you live your life from. So everything balances out for the highest benefit for you. And today, this concludes the message, and I will see you tomorrow. I welcome questions.